gentlemen, this next fight of the evening is in the Tough Enough MMA featherweight division. Introducing first, standing in the blue corner, fighting out of Syndicate MMA, Las Vegas, Nevada, Sean Francis. Across the ring in the red corner, fighting out of Hurricane Combat Arts, Vladimir Martinez. Referee in charge of the action inside the ring is Mark Smith.
Getting ready for this featherweight bout between Sean Francis and Vladimir Martinez.
Sean Francis in the blue corner, Vladimir Martinez in the red corner. Who you got?
No touch of gloves.
Looks like Martinez is looking for that overhand right away. Great double leg takedown by Sean Francis.
That's a technique we work a lot at Syndicate. The takedowns, the groundwork.
And just a grind. Sean Francis got to stay a little heavy on his opponent. Kind of grind him out, especially in this first round.
Martinez working a closed guard. Sean's working the ground and pound.
If I was Martinez, I'd want to put my heels on Sean's, you know, his hips and kind of push him off instead of holding him there.
Yeah, create that distance. You don't want to ever close guard is a sports jiu-jitsu tactic. When somebody's raining down punches on you, the last thing you want to do is
hold them there.
Is hold them there. By locking your feet together, you're allowing posturing up for this.
Great recognition by Sean Francis. Recognizing
Very good
that triangle.
transition by Francis, working into the half guard. Now it's a full half guard. Keeping his hips heavy, posturing up with his forearms. There's no elbows in the amateur ranks. Oh, he's transitioned to full mount, raining down some heavy shots.
Sean's got to be careful not to get bucked here. You know, Martinez is going to try and buck him. Sean's doing a great job of staying on top of him. He might.
Martinez needs to fight it, push the hips. The referee's going to stop the fight.
Mark Smith is very close to stopping this fight. 10 seconds left. And that's the end of round one.
Very dominating round from Sean Francis.
You know what? That's a big difference between fighting in the ring and the cage. The ropes get in the way. They can affect with you know, the actual fight. And then, you know, in the cage you got the you know, the cage panels grinding up the back of your head. So it's, you know, it's a lose-lose.
In a ring, it's a lot. There's an awkward feel to the grappling aspect of MMA.
I always say the ring is more of a striker's, and the cage, the wrestlers and the grapplers like to use that cage.
Exactly. It's definitely a striker's world inside the cage, but on the ground, it doesn't matter if you're a striker or whatever. If you're on the ground, you got to be able to get back to your feet. And I think Sean Francis did a great job of establishing his dominance in that first round.
Sean, he looks focused here.
Vladimir Martinez and Sean Francis. Are you ready for round two?
Getting ready for round two. I scored that 10-9, maybe a 10-8 for Francis. Sprawl by Martinez.
Sean Francis is stuck with that takedown.
Great job taking him down against the ropes. Full mount again from Francis. He had him in this position to end the first round, and it was heavy.
Sean's got to pick his punches wisely and stay heavy. Back of the head. Vladimir looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble here.
What Francis needs to do is posture up and rain down multiple strikes other than straight punches. Work the body, throw some hammer fists, but he's doing a great job establishing that mount.
John Gunderson, the corner of Sean Francis, is yelling for the hammer fist. hustling there. He's grinding it out.
That's what you want to do in that position. You want to make your opponent feel your weight.
That's exactly how he trains. Referee Mark Smith is telling Vladimir to fight back. This fight is getting very close to being stopped.
He has options there, but in this position, you don't want to risk it going for submissions. You just want to make that person feel every ounce of your weight.
Of course, making him uncomfortable is the main key in there. Sean Francis going with the armbar. See, he's got an arch and hip into it. He's got a hip into it, but Vladimir looks like he's fighting it.
He's fighting it.
He looks like he's in a lot of pain, Vladimir. It looks like he might survive this one.
And that's the second round.
Wow, great finish of that second round.
I can honestly say these last 2 rounds, with total unbiased, these last 2 rounds could be scored 10-8.
Towards Francis.
Towards Francis, yes.
Yes, 100%. You know, Vladimir's got to come out, and he looks like he's the longer, lankier fighter. He has to come out and be aggressive.
Francis has a cut under his left eye. It looks like a little mouse. It's bleeding a little bit. Let's hope the referees don't stop this fight.
If it's underneath the eye, you know, most likely not.
He is winning the fight, so I'm pretty sure they would give him the fight. So, but once again, this is fighting. You never know how the judges are scoring the fight.
Not at all.
Seconds out. 2 valiant warriors into round 3. Make some noise for Sean Francis and Vladimir Martinez.
Sean Francis nods at Vladimir Martinez, saying, "Let's do this." I'm interested to see if Francis keeps it standing, and he clearly does.
Great takedown again by Francis. He's staying strong.
Vladimir grabbing the ropes a little bit there.
Got warned by referee Mark Smith. In this position, what Francis wants to do is posture up, short shots. Gunderson telling him to posture up.
Yeah, it might be here. You know, it might be hard for Sean to hear Gunderson all the way across the cage, but I'm sorry, the ring. But Sean looks like he's doing pretty well here. He just has to posture up and grind him out.
And especially with your amateur debut, you have so many things running through your mind, even as you're fighting, that it's kind of hard to hear the corners sometimes.
I don't think I heard my corner in the first 5 amateur fights I've had. So it just depends on the fighter, depends on the nerves, the atmosphere, the environment. But you know what, Sean is, you know, every fighter tonight is displayed themselves as a professional at the amateur level, which says a lot.
Great shots by Francis.
Stop. Time.
Looks like Sean is. It looks like they're going to clean up the cut there.
Go right there for me.
We see this a lot in the amateurs, especially when there's a lot of bleeding. They don't like to have the fighters have the other opponent's blood on them, so they wipe them down.
There's a time here. They're calling a time in the action. Sean Francis definitely showing very, very skilled groundwork with his control from the mount, from the guard, showing great control. A lot of that has to do with our grappling instructors over at Syndicate MMA. Fred Simpajao, Vinny Magalhaes, Johnny Boy Nunez with the wrestling classes, and then again, great coaching staff with Gunderson and Coach John Wood.
And they call the fight. They call the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after minute 27 into the 3rd round, your winner by TKO due to doctor stoppage, Sean Francis.
My car's been totaled, now I can't get to work.